Hello everyone, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts. This is Prehistoric Facts special episode number 135, and we're going to be talking about an early dinosaur, and that dinosaur is Eodromeus. And so this is an artist rendition of Eodromeus, so it's a possibility of what it possibly would look like. So some information about Eodromeus. So Eodromeus, the name means dawn runner. Length is 3.9 feet or 1.2 meters. Height is about 12 inches. It's a very small dinosaur. Weight would be 11 pounds or 5 kilograms. Lived 231 to 229 million years ago in the Triassic period and was found in Argentina by Martinez in 2011. So this is kind of a new dinosaur, but it's kind of an obscure dinosaur. That's why I actually chose this kind of dinosaur. This is a little bit obscure. So on the map right here on the upper left corner, that you see where Argentina is highlighted, and around that particular area where the arrow is pointing, that's where Eodromeus is found. And Eodromeus is found in the same rock formation as Eoraptor and also Herrerasaurus. And then here's a skeleton of Eodromeus. I don't remember where it's displayed, but this is a Eodromeus skeleton. And then the bottom picture right here, this is this is where some of the bones of Eodromeus have been found. On the skull, there's some bones missing. We don't have a complete forelimb of Eodromeus. Some vertebrae is missing, basically in the tail, and we got all of its toe claws are missing, but we got a nearly complete hand, and so that is actually pretty cool. More information about Eodromeus. So Eodromeus is in the Theropoda family. So it's a basal form of a theropod, one of the earliest dinosaurs to appear in the fossil record. But the earliest dinosaur to show up in the fossil record is Eoraptor. And these dinosaurs probably did coexist, but it's probably more likely going to coexist with Herrerasaurus. And so it's because they were found in the same rock formations. And then the speed of Eodromeus would be 19 miles per hour. So that's still pretty good. And has 5 digits or fingers in its hands. So that's the reason why it's a basal form of a theropod. Because the early theropods actually had 4 or 5 fingers in their hands. And that means they're a very primitive dinosaur. And we'll continue on. So the environment in the Eodromeus when it lived, it was warm, humid, and occasionally dry. Lived in a giant supercontinent called Pangaea. And so Pangaea is the most famous of all the supercontinents. But there were more than one supercontinent in Earth's history. And so, but that's another video in the future. And of course, there was no grass during the time of the Triassic, because grass didn't actually start coming around. Around the Cretaceous is mostly found in India, but of the early forms of grass, but grass didn't start become dominant until like the late Eocene or the early Oligocene. So, and then you actually have trees, ferns, and cycads that were actually pretty well known, pretty dominant at the time. And other animals that were actually living around the time of Eodromeus. There were some insects, reptiles, like some archosaurs and a few small lizards. You got amphibians, mammal-like reptiles. Mammal-like reptiles were kind of common in that particular time in the Triassic. And then you got some dinosaurs too, but they were very rare. Dinosaurs were very rare, or not as common in the early mid Triassic. And of course, Eodromeus has some predators and prey that it has to worry about, or has to actually kind of encounter. The prey it would actually be going after is some insects, small reptiles, and amphibians. And the predators is large archosaurs, so like Prestosuchus. Prestosuchus was actually around the time of Eodromeus. And some large mammal-like reptiles were very rare, but they were not the dominant predators at that particular time. The mammal-like reptiles were not the dominant predators. It was actually the large archosaurs. The large archosaurs were pretty clear dominant top of the food chain in the Triassic. And of course, the extinction of Eodromeus is due to climate change. New animals were filling in. That's mostly going to be what's happening. And also the plants were changing. So some of the herbivores that relied on certain plants, and especially certain prey that Eodromeus actually had to hunt, actually began to disappear. And so those herbivores disappeared, and some of the other herbivores that were around were larger and also could adapt a lot better. And then the animals that was actually filling in the niches for Eodromeus was probably some smaller reptiles. You actually got other dinosaurs that were actually starting to come in too. So some fleet-footed dinosaurs, and more going to be in the form of like the more common theropods later on in the late Triassic and also into the early Jurassic. And so that's where you actually have like Coelophysis and those types of dinosaurs actually starting to come around. But Coelophysis was found in North America, so we'll see if there's any more Coelophysis fossils found in, like, say, Mexico or somewhere around there. And this is what the Earth was like in the early Triassic around 237 million years ago. It would have actually still be the same way around 231 and 229 million years ago. And this is the giant supercontinent of Pangaea. And so Pangaea can be spelled in different ways. It can be spelled this way, or the ways you're going to add an A in between the G and the A, in the E, excuse me, in the G and the E. So, and so here's South America down here, where it's connected to Africa, and you can see where the highlighted areas of where the continents were actually together. And so Argentina way down there, and so you actually have all the early dinosaurs actually living around there. And so the next episode will be on June 21st, 2019. It'll be a Q&A episode. So if you got any questions about dinosaurs or any other prehistoric life, feel free to email me at dinochrist71@gmail.com, or just go on my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts of Dino Chris. Like the page, you can actually post your questions on the wall or on the Facebook page, or on the comment section, excuse me. But remember, keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRALL. It's my Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there. And also, feel free to leave your questions in the comment section on the video of this on the video and on YouTube. And all your followers on YouTube, I'll actually look at your questions, and I'll actually at least try to get your name correct on video. So at least I take those questions by heart, and I actually do read those questions in the comments. So feel free to actually leave any questions in the comments section. But remember, keep the questions polite and also friendly and mild mannered too, and at least make sure that it's actually on point and at least short enough, that way I can actually read it. If it's too long, then I can't actually read it, and I can't put it on the video. But also take care of the people around you, and also for younger people out there, to make sure you listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. It's the best motivation you can have for a good education. It's very important to have good educations. With a good education, you get a good job in the future. And also, feel free to give the video a like. It helps the channel out, and also means a lot to me. And that way, that I can continue to keep doing this, and also give you more information about prehistoric life and Earth's history. That's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time.